I just want to talk about intimidation today. Do you try to intimidate your opponents, or it's not your thing?
Only at weigh-ins. I feel like I never really try to intimidate them. I just look into their eyes and let them know that I have no fear in me. And it's not really I'm trying to scare them. It's just they need to know that I'm not afraid. I'll go anywhere. I'm not worried.
How are you not afraid?
I'm just that stupid. I've always been like that. I'm stubborn, and when I put my mind to something, and I set a goal, that's what I'm going to make happen. So, fight, I'm not afraid.
Are you a fan of Max's? He's a fan of yours.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I've been watching him for a long time, but, the competitiveness in me shines, and I'm like, I like this kid a lot, but I will beat you up.
So what about competition do you like the most?
Just
the spotlight. Like what do you
no,
like
not the spotlight at all. I don't really care about the fame or the spotlight, or I just want to have a goal. I want to achieve it, and as hard as it is, I want to have that just self-confidence, knowing that I'm achieving things in life. It makes me feel alive.
Yeah. So when you look at somebody in their eyes, are you looking for anything in particular? Are you looking for a weakness? Are you looking for them to be afraid of you? Like what are you looking for?
Mainly just looking through them, stone cold. I don't want to show any emotion except for just pure fire. I want them to know how ready I am. That's it.
Yeah. Like when I fight too, and when I fight, I'm like, today is my day, not your day, and you seem cool, but I don't care, and that's usually what kind of comes across in me. But I read this thing that said that if somebody smiles, they're more than likely to lose, which I thought was kind of weird. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I think everybody's different. I think there's certain people that if they were to smile, it breaks their character, then that's something that you should be worried about. So I think people breaking their own character is what you should be looking for. And I've been able to tell sometimes when people are intimidated, but, at the end of the day, we're all top-level athletes,
right.
and so you can't really, expect that someone's going to be afraid.
Yeah, because it all changes once you get punched in the face anyway.
Yeah, and somebody could be playing possum and being all nice, and then they're a complete killer in there. And
Have you experienced that?
No, not that I can think of. Like I said, I don't really think about it too much. I just focus on me, and so for me, that's kind of how I am. I'm pretty quiet, but when I do go out there, my presence, I turn into an animal. I'm pretty ferocious, and nobody talks to me. I may even growl, I'm like, I'm mean.
Yeah, are you mean when you're cutting weight, or just mean when you're fighting?
No, when I as soon as they say I'm up and I've been hitting pads and I'm getting psyched up in my head and I'm just getting mentally ready to go, because I mentally get ready for anything to happen. Something breaks, I've actually had a broken hand in a fight 4 times and I've won all 4. I've went into a fight with a broken hand and won. So, those things, it's kind of like
worst case scenario.
Yeah, I turn myself into things don't matter, I'm going to win. It's just that it is what it is.
So it's that competitive drive that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Do people, because for us, we're kind of a small world. I think that everybody understands and knows things about mixed martial arts, but I'll mention somebody's name and my friends are like, who? They don't follow it.
Yeah.
So do you tell people sometimes that you're a fighter and they're like, don't believe you, or do you come across that sometimes?
I try not to. I feel like I never, because I come from a different time. I've been in this a while now, and the guys that said, "Oh yeah, I cage fight," those guys, they just seem so douchey because most of the time they were lying. But I didn't want to be one of those guys, so I've always kept it to myself. And I never, back in those days, people kind of looked at you funny, like you were crazy. Now it's accepted and it's cool.
It's part of
so it's a habit of mine. So if somebody asks me, I'll be like, yeah, but. I try not to talk about it. I don't want them to judge me as a person based on something that I do.
That's a sport, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what I find super cool and really interesting is that you're boxing with Victor Ortiz. Can you talk about your experience working with him and why you chose to? Did you do it just for this fight, or were you working with him consecutively?
No, he joined our team for his last fight, and he's with our team now, and he's doing his movie thing, so he comes back and forth, but. We have a great stable of boxers, Victor Ortiz, Tim Bradley, We got the Magdaleno brothers, like all top prospects of Golden Boy and Top Ranked and everything. They're all at my gym. So these are guys I spar with all the time, and that's why I feel comfortable standing in the pocket toe-to-toe, because those guys hit me harder and they're faster than the guys I fight. So
really,
yeah.
Even Frankie, maybe, because Frankie has really good boxing.
Frankie was. That wasn't very fast. Like, he was one of the slower guys I fought.
Really?
He's just really good with his footwork, and he gets in and out, and he changes angles, and you're worried about his takedown, so he lands stuff because of that, because he's a good martial artist, and he's one of the best at putting it all together. But as soon as I was in there, I saw that I had the speed advantage, the power advantage. I just didn't execute the way I needed to, and he made adjustments and just, totally nullified my game.
So you'll be watching May and Pac then.
Oh, for sure.
And can you tell us what you think is going to happen? And
I think Mayweather will win. The only reason I see Pacquiao winning is if it's a close decision. I could see them trying to make another one, so they would.
Oh my God.
They would. The judges.
Milk it,
yeah.
For sure.
So, but I kind of don't want to spend $100 to watch them fight. I don't feel like.
No, I'm getting a group of people together and we're putting $10 in.
I'm kind of been against that. They're not sharing the money in boxing.
Yeah.
And, I'm not a big fan of Mayweather's antics, so I really don't feel like I want to contribute to his purse.
So what are you going to do? You're going to try to get like what we used to call it a hot box back in the day. It was like a scrambler and it scrambled.
Yeah, I remember those. No, I'll probably just watch it at a friend's house or something, but
I have a hard time watching it with certain people. Like if you watch fights with people and they're bad fight fans, like the most annoying thing is people who yell at the screen or people who shadow box next to the screen. Like, what are your pet peeves with like fight fans?
People asking me dumb questions. that for real gets to me. Like, there's been times where I put headphones on and watch the fights, and I had no music, and they were asking me questions, and I pretend like I didn't hear them. But that's like if I'm close to a fight, I'm a little edgy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just silly questions. Like, even in fight week, like people ask me how I feel every day.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
No.
those two questions make me want to punch people.
Don't ask that to fighters.
To me,
don't ask that.
Yeah, if you ask me, am I ready? To me, that's the most disrespectful thing you can ask me. Because what do you mean? I'm a professional athlete. That's what I do. Why wouldn't I be ready?
Do you ask the Mets if they're ready?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah, I feel like you're challenging me. And I know you don't mean that. It's the way it comes off. And then asking me how I feel.
Hungry, tired, thirsty.
Yeah. I feel like crap, so let's not bring it up. And you're probably the 30th person to ask me that day, so that's why I get angry.
I get it. I feel you. I totally understand. Okay, so the last thing is, can you stare off with me, and I'll see what your stare down is like.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that's scary. He's actually a little scary. All right, this is good.
You mind staring down with the camera?
Everything martial arts. Uppercut. Everything martial arts. Kick to the chest. Leg sweep.